All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Denver Broncos in tonight's video. Bo Nix is putting together a Rookie of the Year type of season. He was just named earlier this past week the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. That's the first rookie quarterback in team history to win that award. Completed 28 of 33 passes for 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. It was his 7th game this season with no turnovers. And 24 hours from now, actually less than 24 hours from now, the Denver Broncos are going to be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, and they hopefully will be getting to 7-5. But when you zoom out of the chart, it's just crazy what Bo Nix and this Broncos team is doing. Now, we're definitely going to be talking about the Broncos defense in the second half of tonight's video. But, man, we mentioned in our last Broncos video this past week, people were handing out D-plus grades for Bo Nix. They were handing out C-minus, C-plus grades. Everyone had an opinion, and most of it was negative regarding Bo Nix being drafted early on in the first round from the Denver Broncos. And you guys just won 38-6. I know the Falcons aren't the best defense in the NFL, but you just won 38-6 against a really good playoff team. So we're talking about Bo Nix and them Broncos in tonight's video. But guys, before we do, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We post at least 2 or 3 Broncos videos every single week. Broncos fans, love and appreciate you guys as always. Try and get this one to 250 likes, folks. That would mean the absolute world to me, more than you even know. But it's just crazy. It really is. 38-6 victory. Most people actually forgot about the Denver Broncos because of, honestly, if you don't win on Sunday, teams just literally forget about you. Or not teams, but NFL media just kind of forgets about you. Now, they're coming off a loss against Kansas City 14-6 because of a blocked field goal at the end of or during time expiring. And we said this last week. They lost 41-10 against Baltimore 3 weeks ago. It didn't feel like a 41-10 game. It really didn't. But once again, nobody really thought that the Denver Broncos season would go the way it's going right now. They're pretty much surpassed their preseason Vegas win total right now. But guys, real quick, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. More on that in just a second here. But Bo Nix on Sunday afternoon against Atlanta became only the second rookie quarterback in NFL history to throw for at least 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in 4 straight home games. But it don't end just there. Since the start of October, so pretty much 7 exact games, Bo Nix is completing 69% of his passes. He's thrown 13 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. He's also ran for 2 touchdowns. He's posted a 106.3 pass rating. The only quarterbacks in that ballpark, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, and Joe Burrow. And that's a pretty good, those are pretty good quarterbacks to be in the same statistical group for. But, Bo came into the Denver Broncos team, and he played 5 years of college football. And people were saying, he's too old. He's too old. It's not going to work. The Broncos don't have a roster around him. He's going to get blitzed like every rookie quarterback gets blitzed. Bo Nix against the blitz since week 8, he has a pass rating of 133.3. All right, guys, before we get back into this video, once again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring it. I know I'm feeling a little bit ballsy. I know this is out of left field here, but the Denver Broncos over on BetUS are sitting here at plus 15,000. That's with 3 zeros to win the AFC West right now. It's crazy. Maybe they're 3.5 games out of first place right now. But then again, the Chargers look pretty good. The Chiefs have gotten away with a couple of things this season. The Broncos got a matchup in Week 18 against Kansas City. Probably should have won that first opponent game. I'm just saying, if you're feeling ballsy, take a look at this. Also, keep in mind, BetUS is offering 150% bonus on your first deposit and also 125% bonus on your next 2, all with the code YouTube150. Let me know, is there any way the Broncos can win the AFC West? Let's get back to the video. He's gone 23 of 36, passing for 332 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That is 5th in the league in that span. His rate during the first 7 games, glad you asked, his pass rating was 78.5. I'm starting him in fantasy football tomorrow afternoon against a really solid Las Vegas Raiders defense, or a hungry Las Vegas Raiders defense. But folks, This Broncos team sitting here at 6-5, similar record as far as last year. But once again, this is a rookie quarterback. And I don't know what it is in today's era of national football or even NBA or any sport out there. People don't really like to appreciate it. And it's just kind of crazy to me because I'm watching Bo Nix play weekend to weekend. He's improving every single game. And I like Jaden Daniels. And honestly, even as a Packers fan, I like Caleb Williams. But I think it's pretty clear as day. By the end of the season, Bo Nix should be Rookie of the Year. Now, that's not set in stone. That's a personal opinion. And there's a lot of football to be played here, specifically in the next couple of weeks. You got Cleveland after this game. You hit your bye week, and then you got an interesting Final Four games against Indy, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Cincinnati Bengals, and then a season finale against the Kansas City Chiefs. But my point is, Bo Nix is doing things you don't really see too much. One thing I love that I saw on Sunday, and honestly the past 2 weeks, is the more reps for Marvin Mims Jr. You guys selected Marvin late in the second round of the 2023 NFL Draft. This season, in the first 9 games, Mims only had 7 catches on 15 targets. In the last 2, he's had 6 catches on 6 total targets. Atlanta's a great example. He had a phenomenal punt return to get you guys into opposing territory. He also had 2 catches for 49 yards and a touchdown, along with 3 carries in each of the last 2 games. These are players like, you look at Cortland Sutton, Devon Bailey, Lil Jordan Humphreys, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin. One of the big knocks on the Denver Broncos, because of the cap space issue with the dead cap space issue with Russell Wilson's departure, or just the Russell Wilson move in general, is people didn't really think they had the talent. Not the case. But specifically defense, the defense has been insane. And it's one of the biggest reasons why I'm so bullish on this Broncos team the entire season. The entire preseason, the entire offseason. You guys have been watching these videos all offseason. You know what I'm saying here. This defense is insane. You got a league high 39 total sacks entering this upcoming weekend. That is on pace for the franchise record of 57 sacks that was set all the way back in 1984. But the defense, top to bottom, has been absolutely phenomenal. You enter this upcoming weekend's game against Las Vegas ranked 4th in opponent yards per carry at 3.8, tied for 3rd in rushing touchdowns allowed at only 6, and 3rd in True Media's defensive EPA, which is expected points added. Denver last year, glad you asked, 32 in yards per carry allowed at 5 yards per carry, dead last in the NFL last season. 28th in rush EPA. Bijan Robinson, case in point, 35 yards on 12 total carries. It was his second worst statistical game of this entire season, going back to week 3 against Kansas City. In the 6 games prior to last Sunday against the Denver Broncos, Bijan Robinson had averaged 87.3 yards per game and 5.2 yards per carry, while also chipping in 5 total touchdowns. And I'm looking at guys like Malcolm Roach, JFM, Zach Allen, Nick Bonito. Obviously, there's way more. We could make a whole 30-minute video on this Denver Broncos defense, but we'll save that for next week once you guys take down the Las Vegas Raiders less than 24 hours from now. If you don't believe, I'd start believing now. I'm not crowning Bo Nix as the MVP. I'm not crowning the Denver Broncos as the Super Bowl champions. All I'm saying is this is legit, and it's time to back it up. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Let me know your thoughts on this Broncos team sitting at 6-5 through the first 11 games. Give me a score prediction for tomorrow against Las Vegas if you see it before that game happens. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. And guys, hopefully 24 hours from now, we'll be seeing you with a Broncos victory recap. Peace.